welcome to Intrepid Global Citizen, your YouTube channel about global citizenship and adventure-based education. So today I'm going to talk about the lessons that I've learned about myself from bicycle touring all around the world. So a lot of people say that the biggest benefit about going on a trip, going on an adventure like this is they get to learn about themselves, and today I'm going to share exactly what I've learned, so hopefully you will be motivated to go on your own adventure and start planning now. So the first lesson I've learned is there is always more in me. Always. As we know, going on tour cycling trips is not always comfortable. Yeah, I remember I was in Tajikistan in the summertime and it started to hail. And I was so far away from the next town. The town was way off in the distance, but I wasn't ready for the cold weather. I just thought, hey, it's the summertime, let me just bring some light clothes with me. And boy, that was a big mistake. I had to keep going. I remember I wanted to quit. I wanted to find any place where there was shelter and just crash for the night and rest, but there was nowhere. I knew my tent would have broken because of the wind and the icy conditions there. I had no choice but to keep going when I thought I had nothing in me. My hands were shivering, I couldn't feel my feet, but I kept going until the town off in the distance there, little by little it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it took me eventually about 3 or 4 hours to reach that town. I remember just wrapping myself up in blankets, just thinking, oh, I love this. I'm so cold, but finally I get to stop, and just thinking to myself as I was shivering in that town in a nice little guest house that wow, I just kept going and pushed myself to levels I thought I couldn't reach. Even when you're tired, you're not done most of the time, right? I was tired. I wanted to quit that day in Tajikistan, but I had no choice. I wasn't done, so I pushed myself to keep going and get to that town and get under those blankets to warm myself up. So there's always more in me, and there's always more in you. If you think you're done, you've only done 40%. I was only about 40% of the way there, but I had 60% more in me that day. When you're tired, ask yourself, are you really done? Or do you have 60% more left in you? The next lesson is, I am nothing, yet everything. As I travel around the world by bicycle, I am submerged in nature. I look up, glance at tall mountains, 6,000, 7,000 meter peaks. I look at oceans, rivers, valleys all around me. The world is so vast, so enormous, and I look at the nice sky in Mongolia with stars, and I realize that I'm just a small speck. And the more I ride, the more small I feel. And I realize that, hey, once I'm gone, is it really going to matter to the world in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. I remember one day I was camping in China, in Xinjiang, in the Xinjiang province, and what happened to me? In the middle of the night, what's that noise? I heard a noise, and a few seconds, 3, 2, 1, boom! All this water came crashing into my tent, knee-high water, and I thought, this is it for me, I'm done. I didn't know it was knee-high water. I thought, okay, I was totally submerged. I thought, this is it, I'm leaving this world forever. And due to that near-death experience, I'm still here, by the way. Lucky, cross my fingers, it was only knee-high water, so I could get out of it. But due to that near-death experience, I thought to myself, wow, I could have been gone right then and there. And I'm so small. I'm really nothing in this world. But yet, I am everything. Everything to those around me. Everything to my friends. Everything to my family. Everything to my brother. I am everything to maybe somebody that's watching this video that really, really enjoys it. Maybe I'm everything to that person. Or maybe I'm nothing to that person. I think we have this dichotomy here, this constant tension in our minds, and this becomes even stronger when I'm on the road, that I am everything. or I am nothing. The most important thing to get from this is to be humble. So I learned to stay humble, that I am nothing. I could have gone back to the earth. That's what the meaning of humble is. If you look up the Latin definition of the word humble, it comes from humus, that means of the earth. So one day I will be washed away in that stream and go back to the earth and become soil once again. So I think about this day. Every day I wake up, I think to myself, I will go back to the earth one day. I am nothing, but yet I am everything. To the person that's listening to this right now, to my students that I'm teaching, to my family, to my friends, I am everything. So be aware of this. The next thing I've learned while tour cycling is how lucky I am just to be able to have a passport. There's so many people around the world that I meet that they ask me to see my passport. Oh, do you mind if I take a look at your passport? Not because they want to do some identity theft scheme to me, because they're curious, because they don't have a passport themselves. So we realized how lucky I am, and how lucky I am to even have leisure time to go and travel around the world, to get on the bike and pedal, and to even struggle and to realize there's more in me. Because for most people it's a struggle. They're living day by day. They don't have the leisure time. They don't have hobbies. If you ask them what their hobbies are going and taking care of goats, or going and taking care of the cows, and cooking and cleaning and getting wood for the fire. These are the things that they do to survive. So I realized, wow, I have this leisure time. I have the ability and privilege to have a passport and pedal and even be here with these people around the world. So one thing that I realized is luck. And every day when I wake up in the morning, I meditate on that, how lucky I am to wake up, how lucky I am to have food that I don't have to grow, that I can just go to the market and get myself, that I don't have to milk the cows, that I don't have to walk for 5 hours to get water, that I can just flip a switch on my faucet and drink some water. I'm lucky. One of my favorite quotes about luck and appreciation comes from an Ecuadorian painter, Oswaldo Guayasamín. He said, I was sad because I didn't have any shoes until I saw a kid that didn't have any feet. There's always somebody a lot worse off than we are, no matter how bad things get. So I'm lucky, even if I don't have shoes today on my feet. So anyway, these are the 3 things that I've learned, 3 biggest things. Of course, there are a lot more that I've learned while tour cycling. So I want to know, what have you learned in your adventure travel days? What have you learned while tour cycling or going on your adventures? Leave a comment and tell me about that in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe and like this video, because it helps the algorithm and it will help me to spread the word a little bit more and to keep making more videos in the future. So stay strong, happy, and healthy, and keep adventuring on. I'm Intrepid Global Citizen.